So have a chair to hand, something like a kitchen chair, where you can sit comfortably and have your feet on the floor. You might like to place a cushion behind the small of your back, so you've got a bit of support on your back. Or equally, you might like to place a cushion or a book under your feet, so your knees are slightly lower than your hips and you're not putting pressure on your knees. So just take a moment or two to make yourself comfortable. And anything we do here, please listen to your body. So that's the most important lesson in yoga. If you take away nothing else, it's this lesson to listen into how you're feeling, not what I am saying. It's all about your own agency. So if I suggest you do something and it feels too strong, or you think, no, actually, I'm better served by resting out, then please do rest out. And this is called listening into the heart, listening into the intuition. So just start by coming to a comfortable seated position. And as always, if you're extremely fatigued and you actually want to lie down, that's also okay. So the first example where you don't have to do what I'm suggesting, you can, of course, lie down. And then just take a moment or two to connect with your body. Now, we're working with, I call it root chakra work because it's grounding. We can also call it somatic experiencing. It's all about coming into our body and inhabiting our body. Because when we're very stressed, when we're anxious, when we're fearful, we tend to leave our body and we tend to ruminate in the head. And very often we're ruminating in the future. So the way to cut through the stress and fear and anxiety is just to come back to this moment now. So I'm going to do my best to guide you through that over the next hour. So take a moment or two to connect into your body and just explore how it's feeling. And if at any time it doesn't feel comfortable, you can just bring your awareness to the softness of your hands. And then I'd like you to notice your feet on the floor. And as your feet are on the floor, just observe that you have got two surfaces to explore. So you can explore underneath the feet, the sole of the feet. So maybe you're wearing socks. And just explore whether the soles feel warm or cold, whether there's any vibration there, any texture. You might like to just wriggle your toes or even lift up one foot, then drop it, then lift the other foot, then drop it, just to really get yourself into your feet. Are there any vibrations in your feet maybe? And then just explore the texture that your feet are on. So maybe your feet are resting on something that's cool or warm, hard or soft. Again, there might be a little bit of vibration there. Texture. Can you feel the shape of your feet on the surface? Just make this a mindful exploration of how your feet feel on the surface that they're resting on. And now we're going to take our awareness and bring your awareness to your seat and how you're sitting. So kind of the bottom, the hips, and the lower back. And just as we did with the feet, just explore, first of all, how the buttocks are feeling. Are they evenly balanced over your chair? And if they're not, that's fine. Just observe that, whether there's more pressure on one than the other. Is the surface you're on soft or hard? Is the lower back feeling supported? What's the texture of your clothing? The temperature? Shape? Again, feel if there's any vibration there. And now rest your hands on your thighs. I'm going to take the awareness to the hands. So just like we did with the feet and the hips, be aware of the surface under the palms of the hands. Be aware of the shape of your fingers. Can you feel the texture under your palms? Is it smooth? Is it soft? Is it hard? We're not making any judgment here. We're just being curious about our experience. Is there coolness or heat there? And then explore the palms of the hands and under the fingers. And then explore how the thighs feel and the pressure of the hands on the thighs. Again, you might feel vibration on one or both of those surfaces. Feel the shape of your hands on your thighs. And now I'd like you to pick one of those areas. So either your hands or your buttocks or your feet, and just bring all your awareness there. And keeping your awareness there, just feel on every exhalation that you are releasing down through that area that you've chosen. And now widen your awareness to bring in the whole of the body. So just begin to explore the whole body, how it's sitting, how it's feeling. And just observe your state of being without judgment. So we're not judging your experience, or you're not judging your experience as good or bad. You're just allowing everything to be as it is without resisting anything in this moment. Bringing your awareness fully into your body, but remembering if at any time you feel discomfort, just bring your awareness to the palms of the hands, feeling the softness there. And now, if it's okay for you, bring your awareness to your breath. And we're going to aim now to breathe through the nose. And if you can't yet breathe through the nose, that's just something that we're aiming for, but we are doing our best to breathe in and out calmly through the nose. And then we're going to think about breathing through the diaphragm. Again, this is a choice. This is only if this feels okay for you. So we're going to take one hand and place it at the heart. And the other hand, we're going to place just above our belly button. And just be aware of the hand that's on the belly, slightly rising as you inhale and slightly falling back and releasing as you exhale. So we're aiming to lengthen the breath, but only if that's comfortable for you. Don't make anything forced, but we're not breathing deeply. So this is a gentle movement. And if the mind interrupts, just allow the awareness to drop down to the heart and just follow the exhalation. And then if you like, you can just make that out breath a little bit longer. So we're thinking of the breath being low and slow. And then release your hands now, release the breath. I'm just going to give ourselves a little massage around the jaw. This is often called the tightest joint in the body. And then we're going to release the hands. Take the right hand across to the left shoulder and just massage the left shoulder. And then drop the right hand and take that to the other side. So left hand over to right shoulder, just massaging. Again, we're not judging anything. We're not going, oh, my shoulders are tight or anything like that. We're just allowing ourselves to be nourished and nurtured. And then we're going to give ourselves a couple of nice hugging breaths. So we're going to breathe in, opening the arms wide, breathing out and hugging ourselves, opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And then when you next need to breathe in, open the arms wide. And as you breathe out, just cross your arms over the other way. And then releasing, we're just going to stroke one arm, one hand down the opposite arm, just a few times quite firmly. And then we can take that to the other side. Hands back on your knees, just close your eyes for a moment or two. And allow your awareness to drop into the silence, just observing the effect the practice has had on you so far. And just feeling that you are in your body in this moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to think about. Just everything is okay now. And then when you're ready, and if you would like, please come down to lying. So we're going to do a relaxation followed by a little bit of movement. If you want to remain seated, that's fine. Please remember you always have a choice how to lie. So you can lie on your front if you're more comfortable to do that, which some people who've had long COVID find that more comfortable. You can lie on your back. And if you're on your back, I suggest you start with the knees bent, feet hip width apart. So you can just touch the knees together if you like, so they feel nice and relaxed. You can place something under your head, just to lengthen the back of the neck. And then you have the arms a comfortable distance away from the body if you're on your back, with the palms faced up, or if that's not comfortable, you can turn the palms down or even onto your belly. And you can, of course, lie on a sofa or on a bed or anything that makes you feel comfortable. So I'll just give you a moment or two while you transition. So become aware. I'm going to talk as if you're on your back. So if you're not on your back, you're sitting, just modify my words for however you are resting. So just start by being aware of the weight of your body. Just feel that the earth is supporting it. Feel the weight of your head. Feel the weight of your back. Feel that lovely support of gravity, and then feel on every exhalation that you can release further and further down into your support. And then just very slowly roll the head from side to side to release the neck. And then coming back to center, become aware of what is touching your support and where there is spaces. So maybe your feet, your shoulder blade, your tailbone are touching. And just allow yourself to relax down through those points. And then we're just gently going to roll the shoulders. And you might like to really draw the shoulder blades together and then release the shoulders and arms. So you might find the shoulders are slightly further away from the ears. And then I'd like you to imagine that you've got a paintbrush or a brush on your nose, and you're just going to paint a figure of 8 on the ceiling. With your nose, just making little figure of 8 movements. Be aware of what's happening in the neck. And then you can reverse that, making your figure of 8 the other way if you would like. Remember, everything's always a choice. And then pausing. And just while you're relaxing, I'm going to give you a reflective question. So a reflective question is a question that doesn't need an answer. It's not something to be answered by the mind. It's something you ask the silence. And maybe later on, the answer will come automatically to you. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. So the reflective question is, how can I ground myself more in my life? What can I do? What can I bring into my life to make myself feel more grounded, more in my body? And then if you're lying on your back with your knees bent and you don't have back issues, you might like to slide out one foot then the other, so you've got your legs straight and have the feet wide apart. And then from lying, we're just going to remind ourselves about the breath, because this is a really good one you can do before you go to sleep or when you wake up in the morning, just to remind you. So take one hand, place it on your heart center, the other hand on the belly. Just breathe slowly and rhythmically through the nose from the diaphragm. So the hand that's on the belly is just very slightly lifting. It's not too deep. And lowering on the exhalation. So I'm always encouraging you to breathe through the nose from the diaphragm, but if that's too much at the moment, again, particularly if you've had long COVID, don't force anything, just do what feels comfortable. And then release the hands back beside the body. I'm going to take 5 breaths where we're going to hum the breath out. So inhale through the nose, and then with the lips together, we're going to hum out 3 to 5 times in your own breathing rhythm. And then when you're ready, and if you'd like, we're just going to do some movements to open up the rib cage and just to begin to move the body a little. We're going to do this with the Om mantra, if that's comfortable for you. If you'd rather not use sound, then you just use the breath. I'm going to move with you if you do need to look up, but it's fine if you just carry on listening to my voice. So bring the feet together, and you can have the knees bent if you prefer. Have the palms down beside the hips. We're going to breathe in and take the arms up and behind us, opening them wide. So the backs of the hands come towards the floor, or maybe they even touch the floor. Then we're going to chant the palms of the hands back beside the hips. Oh. So do that 3 to 5 times, depending on your energy levels in your own breathing rhythm. I won't join you because my pitch and my breath length may be different from yours. And then when you're ready, finish the one you're on, and then bring the knees into the belly, holding either around the knees or below the knees or even under the knees. We're just going to move very slowly in Apanasana. And I'd like you to take your awareness to your lower back. So bring all your awareness to your lower back. Breathing in, gently push the knees away from you, or let them drift away from you. Push is too strong a word. The elbows are straightening. And then as you exhale, the knees come in towards you. So we're working with the breath, if that's okay for you. Breathing in, elbows straighten. Breathing out, knees in towards you. So just making some gentle movements like that, being aware how the lower back is, how as the knees come in towards you, the lower back is opening, the spine is opening a little. And then releasing on that inhalation. So just a few movements like that. Then we're going to take the palms down beside our hips, knees are still over the belly. Just take a moment or two to feel how the palms feel on the surface. And then become aware of the right leg. Take an in-breath and lift the right leg. Now remember, when we do leg raises, you can work gently, keeping the leg low and the ankle and knee soft, or you can work more dynamically, lifting the leg and flexing the foot. On the exhalation, you draw the knee back into the belly. Breathing in, lifting up the left leg. Don't push yourself, just do what your energy is feeling like. Work in a nourishing, kind way to yourself. Exhaling, knee comes into belly. If that's enough for you, rest out. Otherwise, do that 2 or 3 times more in your own breathing rhythm. But always working with kindness. And this whole thing about being embodied and listening into how the body is so important, because it tells you if you need to rest, it tells you if you need to pace, and it tells you when not to push. So it's really important that we make this connection again with our body, because it has the wisdom to tell us when to stop. And then we're going to drop the feet to the mat. If you've got anything under your head, just take it away from you. Turn the palms down beside the hips, and then think about lengthening through the back of the neck. So tuck the chin into the chest. Become aware of the soles of the feet. Now, this is also one you can do from a chair if you prefer. We're going to do a gentle back bend of the bridge. We're just going to lift the right foot and drop it, and then lift the left foot and drop it. And just do that a couple more times, feeling into your feet. So you're really inhabiting your feet, just exploring how the feet are feeling. And then explore the palms of the hands. Explore the tailbone and the weight of the head. And we're going to press on the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet to gently lift onto the shoulders. So keep the back of the neck long, chin into chest, breathing in. Be aware of that pressure on the feet and the palms as you lift the hips to come onto the shoulders. You don't have to lift too far. And then calm down on an exhalation. And if that is enough for you, please rest out. If you'd like to do that another time or 3 times even, you take yourself through that, depending what your body is asking of you and depending on your energy levels. And when you finish to counter pose, you bring the knees into the belly. You can rock the spine out from side to side. And then we take ourselves back into Shavasana. So whatever is your comfortable, relaxing position, that might be opening the feet wide, that might be turning the palms up to the ceiling. However you feel is comfortable, you take yourself back to that. For me, that means placing something back again under my head. So you just make yourself comfortable and take this time now just to explore the physical body, observing how the body is feeling in this moment. Just asking yourself, what is my current experience? How is my body? And even if there's pain there or fatigue or anxiety, just allow everything to be, just bringing a sense of compassion and acceptance to however you are in this moment. So we're not resisting anything. Just allowing ourselves time to recalibrate. And then we're going to prepare for lying tree. So for this, you can have something under your head or not, it's up to you. We're going to start by bringing the feet together. And we're going to take the arms out like a cross, palms are up, and they're just below the shoulder level, so we're not straining our shoulders. And then we're going to bend the right knee, left leg is straight, and then we're going to open that right knee out to the side. So the sole of the right foot is just gently touching the left knee. And if you want to place some padding under that right knee, if it's too strong on your hip, please do so. And then if you have the energy, you don't have to do this, but if you would like to, we're just going to make the left foot dynamic. So you're going to just flex that left sole gently. And then breathing in, we're going to run the backs of the hands along our floor. If the shoulders are all right with this, if they're not, you can place the hands wherever is comfortable. So we now have the palms together over the head. So we've got this lovely sense of space between the palms and the left foot. But if that's too much of a stretch for you, because what we're doing is opening the rib cage here, you can just rest the heel of the palms on the crown of the head. That might be more comfortable. And then close your eyes and breathe. The diaphragm is nice and free now. So just feel the breath as slow and low. And then when you're ready, we're going to breathe in and take the palms to the Namaste position over the heart center. And we're going to lift the left knee up. We're going to release that left foot. So we're lifting the right knee up, I beg your pardon, releasing the left foot. And then we can stretch out the right leg. And we can release the arms back beside the body with the palms up. So we're back into Shavasana. And we just take a moment or two to explore how the body is feeling, if one side maybe feels different from the other. But again, this is an exploration, it's not a comparison. Just allowing yourself to sink into the silence. Feeling the shape of your body on the floor. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the feet together again. And this time we're going to bend the left knee, lifting the left knee up. And then left knee comes out down towards the floor. You can use padding there if you need it. The sole of the left foot is just gently against the right knee. And the arms are like a cross just below shoulder level with the palms up. And again, if you would like, you can just flex the right foot. If that's too strong for you, keep the right foot relaxed. And then breathing in, rotating through the shoulders. If that's okay for you, we're going to bring the palms together over the head. So you have this openness between the fingertips and the sole of the right foot. But if you want, if that's too dynamic, you can just relax the palms on the crown of the head, or you might like to relax that right foot. So you just move in a way that feels comfortable for you. And then with the eyes closed, if that's okay for you, just take some resting breaths. Being aware that the diaphragm is really beautifully free here because the rib cage is open. So again, breathing slow and low, if that's okay for you, through the nose. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the palms to the Namaste position over the heart center. We relax that right foot and we lift the left knee. Just take some resting breaths here. And then relax the arms down beside the body. Stretch out the left leg, open the heels apart, and just take some resting breaths in the relaxation posture, Shavasana. And then when you're ready, roll to one side and just stay there for a moment or two. And then we're going to come up into a cat posture. So you can either work on the floor, or as always, you can work on a chair. So I'll just show you the variation on a chair if you are working on a chair. Meanwhile, if you're working on the floor, come into a tabletop position. So you've got your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. If you're on a chair, you can place your hands on your thighs. You're just going to lift your heart and then round your back. So we can do exactly the same from a chair as we can from the mat. So from your mat, if you're on your mat, I'm just going to talk you through as if you are on your mat. Just take the weight slightly back over your hips so you've not got too much weight on your wrists. And then just lengthen through the crown of the head to the tailbone. The fingers are splayed, middle finger facing forward, and just take a moment or two to connect with the palms. So feel this somatic connection of the palms of your hands on your support. Might be your mat. Does it feel rubbery or soft or hard? Does it feel cool? Just explore the hand. Just explore how the mat feels. And then bring your awareness to the tops of the feet. If you're on a chair, think about the soles of your feet and explore the surface that's connecting with your support. And then become aware of the breath. And we're going to breathe in, just slightly lifting the heart. The head comes up a little, but not too much. And then on the out breath, we round the spine, we release the neck, navel to spine. Inhaling, lifting the heart. Exhaling, arching the back, navel to spine. Just take a few movements like that in your own breathing rhythm. And then come to rest. So if you like pose of a child, you can just sit back on your heels, maybe make two fists and relax your forehead on your fists, so however you like to lie. Or if you're sitting, just fold forward over your knees. I know not everybody likes pose of a child, so if you want to lie on your back, that's also fine. But just rest out for a moment or two. And then when you're ready, please come up to sitting on your chair. So again, like we did at the beginning, decide if you want to have something under your feet or behind your lower back, making sure you're comfortable. So again, just become aware of your feet. Feel that connection again with your feet, sensations in the feet, texture under the feet, any vibration you might be feeling. And then bring your awareness to your hips and just gently rock from side to side until you find the point where you feel that you are balanced over your hips on the chair. And then just think about your posture. So we're thinking about opening up the rib cage. So we're creating space between the crown of the head and the tailbone. Then we're going to lift our shoulders up to our ears, take them back, and then release them so that the heart is lifted. I'm going to nod the head up and then lengthen the back of the neck. So we've got our head in its optimum position. And then just close your eyes and feel how this feels. Because ideally there's no strain in this position, but there's a feeling of lightness. And from this position, we can breathe easily. So again, just think about breathing through the nose from the diaphragm. We're going to take our hands and place them around our rib cage. So the fingers are facing forward and the thumbs are facing back. So this is against the lower rib cage. And as we breathe in, those ribs very slightly flare out. And as we breathe out, the hands come slightly together. So just feel as you're breathing in, this slight expansion of the lungs against the rib cage, and then hands mirroring the movement of the lungs. This is just helping us to engage more of our lungs. And as always, if this is too much, particularly if you've got long COVID and you're not comfortable with this, then just breathe however is comfortable for you. And then we're going to do something called Somatic Holding. Some of you have done this before with me. It's a really nice, it helps again to bring us, make this lovely connection. It helps to ground us, but it also is very soothing. So we're going to start, if you like to take the palms of the hands and just cradle the sides of your head like this, cradling your head. And then with your eyes closed, if that's comfortable, just take 4 slow breaths through the nose from the diaphragm, if that's okay for you. 4 mindful breaths. And now we're going to move our hand position. So take one hand and place it on your forehead and the other hand at the back of the cranium. So where the neck meets the head, just around the back of the skull, going to cradle there. So you're feeling really soft and safe rather and supported. 4 mindful breaths here in your own breathing rhythm. And then we're going to take the hand that's on the back of the neck and drop it on the heart. But if the hand holding the forehead is getting a bit tired, you could swap them around. So you've got one hand on the forehead still and the other hand on the heart, whichever way is comfortable for you. 4 mindful breaths here. And then the hand that's on the forehead, now drop that to the belly. Adjust your hands if you need to slightly. So you've got one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Feel free to swap them around if you want. 4 mindful breaths. And when you finish, drop your hands to your knees and with the eyes closed, just observe how the physical body is feeling. Feel the feet on the floor. Be aware of the hands on the legs. Be aware of the bottom on your seat. And where your back is connecting with whatever you're sitting on. And just allow yourself to feel very present and safe in this moment here, in your body, in your space. Breathing slowly and rhythmically through the nose from the diaphragm. And now just focusing on your out breath. And if it's comfortable for you, just allow your out breath to be slightly longer than your in breath. So a long, smooth exhalation. And then just let your awareness drop into the pause after the exhalation. And then when you're ready, just keeping that sense of peace and stillness, please come down for the final relaxation. So that might mean coming to the floor, that might mean coming to a bed, might mean staying on your chair, however you want to do the final relaxation. But do use pillows under your head, under your knees if you like, or eye bags if you like to shut out the light, use blankets, just whatever it takes to make yourself really comfortable so you can relax fully. So just while you're preparing, I just want to remind you that this session is all about our connection in our body and also to the earth. We are earth beings. We're not just part of the planet, we are the planet. And of course, the mind tends to make us think we're separate, but we are not. And just start by inhaling, saying, I am. And then on the exhale, say, here. I am on the in-breath, here on the out-breath. Then we're going to do an autogenic relaxation. So as I say the words, just repeat them mentally to yourself and bring your awareness to the part of the body that I'm drawing your awareness to. So we're going to start with the right arm. My right arm is heavy. My right arm is heavy. My right arm is heavy. My left arm is heavy. My left arm is heavy. My left arm is heavy. My right leg is heavy. My right leg is heavy. My right leg is heavy. My left leg is heavy. My left leg is heavy. My left leg is heavy. My right arm is warm. My right arm is warm. My right arm is warm. My left arm is warm. My left arm is warm. My left arm is warm. My right leg is warm. My right leg is warm. My right leg is warm. My left leg is warm. My left leg is warm. My left leg is warm. My whole body is heavy and warm. My whole body is heavy and warm. My whole body is heavy and warm. My forehead is cool and calm. My forehead is cool and calm. My forehead is cool and calm. My heartbeat is calm and regular. My heartbeat is calm and regular. My heartbeat is calm and regular. My whole body breathes. My whole body breathes. My whole body breathes. I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. Begin to draw your senses back into your body. Just take a moment or two to explore how your body is feeling, being aware of how it is lying, being aware of the space you are lying in. So although your eyes are closed, being aware of the shape of any furniture, the walls, the ceiling. Becoming aware of any taste in your mouth, any smells you can hear, texture of your clothes, the heaviness of your body, and any sounds you can hear outside your space, and any sounds inside your space. And then taking as much time as you need, just begin to make gentle movements with your fingers and your toes. And then begin to move and stretch the body a little. And then the invitation is, if you wish to remain lying and resting, you can do so. Otherwise, just roll to one side and stay there for a moment or two, giving yourself time to come to. And then when you're ready, come up to a comfortable sitting position. So if you need to move and stretch a bit, please do so. You might want to stand up and stretch, or you can rub your hands together and palm your eyes, shake out your hands, just do whatever feels comfortable for you. So thank you all very much. I hope you've enjoyed the practice. It's lovely to see you. And I will see you very soon. I'm just going to stop the recording.